I'm smiling for you. Really, I am. I'm going to show you something. Something happened for over the last 36 hours. I want to talk about. This is mostly for me. Might not be for you. If you don't like it, please don't troll it. Please don't dislike it. Please don't. Please don't give stupid comments in the YouTube or on the channel because this is mostly for me. This is mostly for if this cures up and comes back. And I'm going to talk about that next here on Geekazine. I'm not going to put any sponsorships on, but I do want to point you to my Patreon page at patreon.com/geekazine if you want to help out with my videos because they just got 100 times harder. Hopefully we'll get this cured up. But here's the deal. Uh, Back 36 hours ago, actually it's more 48 hours. We're gonna go 48 hours ago. Friday night, I was I was out doing what I needed to do. I came home and I had this weird taste in my mouth. I thought it was just because I had a Mountain Dew. I don't drink too much sugary drinks anymore, but I did have a Mountain Dew. I thought it was a sugary taste in my mouth, film that I get every now and then. So I didn't think about it. I went to bed. Woke up the next morning, 8 o'clock a.m. I was fine. At least I thought I was fine. I went and got my cup of coffee, sat down, drank it, no problems. I went and got a bowl of cereal. That's when I first noticed it. I couldn't chew. I had a hard time chewing, and my right side felt like it was doing most of the work. Um, didn't think too much about it, and I went in the other room. I started working. Something happened where I blinked or I winked. I don't know if it was a blink or a wink, and I noticed my left eye wasn't closing the right way. So I went into the bathroom and I looked at myself in the mirror and I noticed myself a little bit more puffier and a little bit more, uh, I don't know, it was different. So I asked Jennifer, I said, hey, do I look puffier? And she goes, yeah, but you look okay. I don't think there's any problems. I don't think we need to go to the doctor. At that time, I could actually raise this eyebrow. They had no problems raising it. I could blink without a problem. I could do a lot of different things, but I could feel it. And so we went about our normal days. I took her to work. I came back. I got a phone call from a friend of mine, whose wife is a nurse. And I talked to him and I said, hey, my face, one side of the face just kind of feels a little bit less. He's had a stroke before. So he basically said, yeah, you can go get yourself checked. Very important. So I hopped in the car. Yeah, I called the nurse's hotline. They said the same thing. They should have somebody drive you, though. But I didn't have anybody to drive me, so I went straight to the hospital. And I got barraged by doctors and nurses, which is what's supposed to happen, because the first thing they wanted to rule out was stroke. And which they did rule out stroke. It was great, and I was really happy about it. I got a CAT scan, I got an MRI. Everything came back with flying colors. But it was found out that there was a problem, and the problem was called Bell's palsy. Bell's palsy. Some of you might know some of the celebrities that have it, and we'll talk about celebrities in a couple minutes here. But basically, this is where one side of your face, usually the left side of your face, goes numb. The nerve in there just gets inflamed and doesn't know what to do. This causes your left side of your face to go numb. Now, since then, this morning, I think I went into the full Bell palsy stage because, like I said, now I cannot raise my eyebrows to save my life. I cannot, I have to help myself blink. And of course, it's very important to keep that eye hydrated because you don't want to dry out the eye, lose the eye. Very, very important. So I've been wearing different types of patches as I call it during the day. So here I am. This is my full Bell palsy stage. Let me see if I can zoom in here. I didn't lower that. I'm just going to do it like this. So this is my full Bell palsy stage. And I'm going to smile for you. I'm going to frown for you. I'm going to raise my eyebrows. I'm going to try and smile on the left side, but not the right. I just can't do it. It's as simple as that. Now, we got all of that out of the way. So let's get the reality out of the way. What is Bell's palsy? How does it work? Bell's palsy is one of those things that can inflame your nerve can get inflamed. It's not the muscle, it's the nerve, but there are muscles attached to your face that you need to be concerned about. And with Bell's palsy, different ways that it can happen. You can have a bad tooth can cause the inflammation. Some some issue in your head. I don't want to say tumor, but that is part of it. So you want to. That's why they did the CAT scan. That's why they did the MRI to make sure there was no anomalies that was causing this side of the face to go. The other way, and this is the way that I have Bell's palsy, when technically how Bell's palsy is, and that is an infection of some sort. It's an infection. It is called the herpes virus. It's the herpes simplex virus, and it's like the cold sore. So, but the thing about this part of the herpes virus is it is not contagious. I don't have to worry about keeping Jennifer protected at night or anything like that. Nobody knows how it gets passed. I don't know how the history of herpes or cold sores or anything like that goes throughout my family. Maybe it's a hereditary thing from years past or something like that. Maybe I get it one day. You don't know. Kind of like being a zombie. We don't know how the zombies are created. They're just there. So anyway, with that said, there's a lot of ways to cure it. And the most important thing is to find out and understand directly when you are not feeling right. If any of your sides of your face start to droop, it's not as much Bell's palsy as it is a stroke. And you want to go get that checked out as soon as possible. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't think, it's going to clear up in a couple hours, because it isn't. It's inflamed, and it's going to get worse. If you can raise your eyebrows like this, well, but if both sides could raise, then, even if that happens, I was showing the doctors yesterday that I could raise both eyebrows. I could wrinkle both eyebrows, no problem. Today, not a single way I can do that. So, is there a cure? Kind of. There is a way to get your facial structure back, but there are some people that do have the problem where Bell's palsy comes and stays. And like I said, there are some celebrities out there that have Bell's palsy. Now I'm gonna have to wipe my eye a little bit and close it a little bit because I'm feeling it a little bit dry and a little bit wet. So I want to make sure that I'm keeping hydrated on that. So, all right, where are we? We are at about 7 minutes. I'm gonna try and shorten this. Go from there. Here's what I got. They gave me a steroid. They gave me an antiviral, which I'm going to take for the next 7 days. I see a neurologist in 7 days to see what's going to happen with my face. So hopefully after this is like the worst of it, and it's going to start to get better. I'm already on the medications. I've also been given a salve. That's this stuff right here, which I put on the inner side of my lid. And I thought that was going to hurt, but it didn't. And I do that a couple times, or I keep it hydrated. So if you don't wear contacts, and this is the important thing, if you don't wear contacts, go get these. Multi-purpose solution, and of course the eye cup. And this is what you do, because you don't want to touch anything to your eye. You basically throw the saline in here, wash it out, clean it out, put saline in, and then use that, cup it around your eye, tip your head back, and wash out your eye. And if you keep that nearby, along with some saline, some drops and stuff like that, you should be fine. The lube use is mostly for the evening, and of course you want to keep your eye closed. I can't close my eyes all the way, as you can see. Even with a little bit of pressure, there's still a little bit of light coming through. So I found, they give you the eye patch, but you can definitely go down to Walgreens or your local store and get some eye patches. I found two of these things to be very cool, very great. This is the Thermalon, and this is an eye mask, and yeah, it looks kind of funny. It looks like somebody's butt, but it's a buckwheat mask that basically can cover your eyes. Then you can throw this in the microwave for 30 seconds, warm it up, and then warm up your eyes, which will help bring natural tears into your eyes. What I've been doing is I've been putting it around my face like this, and I don't want to do too much because I'll mess the microphone, but it's actually been able to clear over here. Another one is Jennifer's big on these masks, so that's what really helped. Is this eye mask usually is in the freezer, but I've since defrosted it and put it in like that. And as you can see, yeah, it kind of looks like I don't know, just kind of like a robotic thing or something like that. Whoops. So, let's bring that back up here. I got the new TV installed, so you can see the Geekazine logo in the background. Anyway, let's move on really quick. So basically, I was going to put the eye mask on. Let me do that. because it looks really cool, I think. So as long as I'm not blocking the microphone, I should be fine. So, and right now my eye's open, so I'll close it. You don't want to have pressure to your eye, but you want enough pressure to keep the lid closed, and it's really easy to hold down the lid. In fact, they give you tape, and this tape won't rip off your skin, but it's enough adhesive to actually keep your lid down during the evening. And of course, you get iPads and stuff like that. This is during the day. This is kind of cool, and like I said, I kind of look like a robot or something like that. Beep, bop, boop, 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 boop. Anyway, so it's really cool, but there's a lot here and a lot to go. I'm going to show you this really quick. This is the Bell's Palsy page. This is over at bellspalsy.ws, bellspalsy.wws. I'm holding down the side of my face so you can hear me a little bit better. bellspalsy.ws, Walter syndrome, for a better term, and tells you all about Bell's palsy. Why is it called Bell's palsy? It's because Sir Charles Bell, Scottish surgeon, realized what it was. It affects 40,000 Americans every year. It's for a lot of people, it's very curable. So you might have had friends that had Bell's palsy and look at it from there. I'm going to tell you right now, I got a phone when I called my parents on this. My dad turned around and said, "Oh yeah, I had that." I go, "What?" Yeah, my dad actually had Bell's palsy. So it was pretty interesting, and he got over it over a month and a half, but he didn't know what it was, and he didn't go to the hospital. I got into the hospital yesterday before it really onset, so I think I have a great chance within the next couple of weeks to have this cured. But we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for the best, but we'll see what happens from there. Everything on Bell's Palsy WS will tell you a little bit more about it, and everything. It's not contagious. This is the most important part for me. Is this going to come back again? And it says, usually within 10 years, you might experience Bell's palsy again. So I'm not, it's not going to be like an every year I've got to go to the doctor type thing. I've got a few years to plan for it. But understand, it can come back just as easily. I'm 44 years old. So around my 50s, I'm going to have to start talking to my doctor, say, hey, got to worry about the Bell's palsy. And they say, I understand. And hopefully by that time, there'll be some better cures and better strides in the Bell's palsy area. And believe me, now I'm going to be a very big supporter of Bell's palsy. Big, big, big. Now, I said there's a list of people who do have Bell's palsy, and there aren't. You can check. It's actually a Wikipedia page right here. You'll be surprised who does. Roseanne Barr, Pierce Bronson, yeah. James Bond has Bell's palsy. We've got Freddie Burns. We've got George Clooney had Bell's palsy. And some politicians, Allen Ginsberg, Ralph Nader was one of them. Joe Mantegna, he's on Criminal Minds on CBS. And he's still acting right now. Professional wrestling. This is the one where I learned about Bell's palsy, and that was Jim Ross. He's a professional wrestling commentator. He now does independent stuff. I still think he works with the WWE. And so as you can see, there's a lot of celebrities in here. And okay, now you can add my name to it, the list of celebrities. This side of my face is not amused. Yeah, I got RBF from this. So I can't smile right now. Sad face. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to have tons of fun with it. So I hope that you put a like down here. I hope you watch the whole thing and understand what happens with Bell's palsy. And the most important thing is if you feel anything on the side of your face that doesn't feel right, the tongue should have been the indicator. Now my tongue, it actually is different now a little bit because now it's on the left side. I can feel a numbness on my left side. But the rest of the tongue still feels like, and I say it's like I ate some hot food and it burned my tongue. It's got that taste to it. So I can still taste things, but it's not to the, I'd say about 80% of the taste is there. So now I'm waiting on it, but you got to go to the doctor right away because that first indication right there, the tongue, could mean Bell's palsy and it could mean a stroke. And that's a difference of life or death. Both of these things can be really traumatic. And from what I understand, even if you don't do anything, you could be cured from Bell's palsy. But it's a better chance if you do, and it's a better chance that you get it cured within 2 weeks rather than 6 months or a year and a half. And that's the important thing. My dad, he didn't go to the hospital. It took him a month and a half for that. I had no idea. I had no clue. And he didn't have any clue because, I was about 70s or 80s, and Bell's palsy wasn't as noticeable then, or people didn't know about it at that point. So this is an awareness. Hopefully this is my PCA to you guys. Get yourself checked. If this happens, go to the doctor immediately. Don't let anybody tell you, no, it's probably just temporary. You probably just slept on it wrong or something like that. No, go to the doctor immediately. They'll test for stroke, and hopefully they'll give you the better news of Bell's palsy. Now, it is better news, but it's still bad news. This is curable, and that's the important thing. So, like I said, this is all for me. And I do like to thank all my sponsors. I like to thank CashFly. I like to thank MakerMax for being, because we're going to have this on those channels as well. So go visit those people. But and of course my Patreon page over at geekazine.com or at patreon.com/geekazine. Think magazine, put in a geek. And I'm going to keep telling you my progression with this issue, and hopefully it'll cure, and hopefully there'll be no more problems. But let me know your Bell's palsy stuff down in the comments, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or on my website over at geekazine.com. And I'm going to continue to do the reviews. I got a lot of great reviews, including this nice little Kodo 2 mini drone. I've got the smart wireless thermostat sensor from Thermal Peanut. And of course, I got a couple printers. We got this little device right here, and a whole bunch more. So check it all out over at Geekazine. You guys geek out. I'm going to continue to geek out, and we're going to geek out together. So thanks a lot for watching, and I hope this never happens to you, but when you do, you've got a great guide right here. Thanks a lot for watching, and take care. I'm smiling. This side's not amused.